Welcome to Red's channel. Today's topic is Pirelli Scorpion Trail 3. And what better way to test a tire like the Pirelli Scorpion Trail 3 than with our 2025 big enduro comparison, motorcycles. That here we can have in all configurations, even with different tire setups, because we have the one on 70, 60, the one on 50, 80, all with the 19 front. In short, perhaps the perfect bikes to understand how engaged a modern maxi enduro tire can be, because we have significant weights and they must travel with a passenger, have performance like a sports bike, super sports from just a few years ago, and brakes almost like racing bikes. In short, a tire for maxi enduro must be truly complete and also needs to cover a lot of distance and perform well in the wet. So we have five different bikes, 5 different engine architectures. In the meantime, as we conduct the maxi enduro comparison, we also focus a bit on understanding how the new tire works. Pirelli's Scorpion Trail 3. Let's take a good look at it. Pirelli gets straight to the point and doesn't beat around the bush. The Trail 3 are simply the sportiest Scorpions ever. A bold statement, perhaps, but not too much, knowing the people at Pirelli. The fact is that nowadays tires, and even more so this type of tire, have to accommodate an almost endless list of requirements. What we commonly call a maxi enduro today is a true flagship. A motorcycle packed with electronic controls capable of traveling at 260 km/h, navigating curves at the speed of a sports bike. And then in the summer it carries the rider, passenger and luggage and sets off for the North Cape. You can easily understand how difficult it is to create a tire that can meet all these needs. Pirelli already had an excellent product in the Scorpion Trail 2, and starting from that level with the Scorpion Trail 3, they tried to raise the bar, obviously by working on the trio compound carcass profiles. The first 100% silica to offer maximum grip on wet asphalt. The rear, however, is dual compound, softer on the shoulder for more grip when leaning, and more solid in the central area to provide stability and an adequate lifespan. The second, updated, drawing from the experience gained in racing, boasts the 0-degree steel structure, now a classic for Pirelli. And the profiles, for those, they started from the super sport touring tires of the group. We're talking about multi-radius profiles aimed at improving handling without compromising the stability of the bikes, which are certainly not light and which often travel at high speeds with bags and full load. As you can see, there's a bit of Diablo in the Scorpion Trail 3, and I'm specifically referring to the famous flash-shaped design which characterizes the entire sports range of the lineup, from the Diablo Rosso 4, the Rosso Corsa, all the way to the Super Corsa. And this is a signal that goes well beyond marketing, because Pirelli has worked on carcasses, profiles and compounds, as well as design to ensure that the Scorpion Trail 3 is the most sporty Scorpion ever. They started designing this tire precisely from the profiles and structures of the tires used in Super Sport. There's something more, because besides, indeed, the flash designs, there are also these transverse grooves that Pirelli has designed to still offer grip on dirt roads. Obviously, we're talking about dirt roads and not off-road. True, because obviously for that use, Pirelli has 2 higher steps in the range, the Scorpion Rally style and the Scorpion Rally, which is specifically for off-road, hardcore, even with maxi enduros like these. It must be said that obviously ensures that the tire is very road-oriented, obviously, and the work between carcasses, compounds and tread has ensured that the full empty ratio has increased compared to the Scorpion Trail 2. But on the other hand, the fact that there is more rubber on the ground is also evident from the design. Not surprisingly, the Scorpion Trail 3 is also offered in the front size 120/70/17, which is the size for all road bikes, including super sport bikes. If you are in winter and want a tire that can give you grip even in the cold, maybe this could be a choice, right? Okay, and test finished, and also the comparison finished. The comparison, you've already seen it on the channel, but I wanted to delve deeper into the topic. Pirelli Scorpion Trail 3, because they are a novelty in the segment, and it's been a while since any real novelties have arrived in this segment, at least from the big brands. And I must say that, well, Pirelli had already set the bar very high with the Scorpion Trail 2, but here we've gone even further. More than anything, let's say that in these 2 days and almost 500 kilometers of testing, we really encountered everything from 16 or 17 degrees, dry asphalt, more or less smooth, up to Etna at 3 degrees, almost ice on the ground. In short, the real test of the maxi enduro tires was conducted. Here I have 2 motorcycles, the KTM and the Triumph. Meanwhile, with 2 different sizes, 150 rear for the Triumph, 170 classic for the KTM. But I would focus more on the front, which I must say has CA really impressed me these days. That, let's say, Pirelli statement, which has shifted the Scorpion Trail 3 in a more sporty direction, is true. There are definitely quicker profiles from which, for example, the KTM has benefited, in my opinion, because the KTM has always been a bit cumbersome to ride, but with these tires, it truly has a significantly higher execution speed. A very nice front, extremely stable, incredibly precise when entering a curve, but super fast and especially completely free of lift-up effect. We use this with absolutely any motorcycle. Regardless of the type, you enter the curve with the brake in hand, release the brake, and the descent in the lean continues in a completely natural way. There is no movement, neither to one side nor the other, making it very homogeneous. The lateral grip of the tire is remarkable, giving the motorcycle good sportiness. And then when we encountered wet conditions and a lot of wet, I must say these tires are amazing. What I have to say to all of us is that we are really lucky to be able to ride motorcycles at this time when wet tires are truly impressive. And I'm not just talking about Pirelli, I'm talking about any top brand, because lately I've ridden a lot in the wet, you know. And if I think back to 10, 15 years ago, when you rode in the wet, always a bit on edge, now you ride with truly impressive confidence. And this is reassuring when you go riding. So the front is very, very good. Above all, there is great uniformity, but this is a classic of Pirelli because we know it from the profiles. The guys from the longer ones are very good at working even on more sporty bikes like the GS and Multistrada. The sportiness of the Scorpion Trail 3 is very, very appreciated. I liked it. The stability during braking is not there. At least I haven't noticed it these days. But I paid quite a bit of attention. It's not there either. Very little rolling noise, almost none. So the tire is first and foremost comfortable. There you go. I must say they did a good job because they combined the sportiness of the profiles, the lateral grip of a truly road tire, with the comfort that a maxi enduro tire must have. So I never encountered any kickbacks too excessive, especially at the rear. Even when you set the sport markings of the suspensions, where the suspensions are nicely tightened, I always had comfort both at the front and the rear. And the rolling noise is really limited. So what can I say? The work seems really excellent. We truly tested it in every condition. Believe me, just as if we experienced 4 seasons in 2 days, and they performed well with a real advantage at the front that truly convinced me, both in braking, in handling, and on wet surfaces. Now I want to see what the competition will do to respond to the, let's say, Pirelli's offensive in this segment, which, as you know, is very important because a lot of maxi enduros are sold, I would say, that from Sicily with very variable weather, that's all. We'll see each other in the next video. If you have something to write in the comments below, I'll be waiting for you. And we'll see each other in the next video on Red's channel. Bye.